We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Ukraine, China, Israel, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Russian forces on Sunday continued shelling several cities in eastern Ukraine, despite Easter pleas for peace from Pope Francis and Archbishop of Canterbury Justin Welby. The shelling killed at least 7 civilians, according to Ukrainian officials. Meanwhile, U.S. officials and leaked Pentagon documents indicate that Ukraine is running dangerously low on ammunition its air defenses need to protect against barrages of Russian drones and missiles. A leaked U.S. assessment from February projected that Ukraine's stocks of missiles for Soviet-era S-300 and Buk air defense systems, its main defense against fighter jets, could run out within weeks, which would let Moscow start using fighter jets it has kept out of the fight for fear of losing them. The Pentagon and the Justice Department are investigating the dozens of images posted online that apparently show highly classified documents on the Ukraine war and other geopolitical hotspots. French President Emmanuel Macron said Sunday, on the way back from a 3-day state visit to China, that Europe should pursue a policy on Taiwan that does not follow the United States or China. The worst thing would be to think that we Europeans must become followers on this topic and take our cue from the U.S. agenda and a Chinese overreaction, Macron said. He advocated strategic autonomy to make Europe a third superpower. Hours after Macron's flight took off for Paris, China began military exercises around Taiwan, a democratic island Beijing considers a renegade province, in response to a visit by Taiwan's president to Central America and the U.S. Israeli fighter jets launched strikes against military targets in Syria on Sunday in response to rocket fire from Syrian territory into the Golan Heights hours earlier. State media in Syria reported explosions near Damascus, the capital. Israel said it hit the rocket launchers with artillery and drone strikes, then targeted a Syrian army compound, military radar, and artillery with the airstrikes. Violence, including rocket fire into Israel from Lebanon and Palestinian territory, has escalated between Israel and Palestinian groups in the last week, following Israeli police raids on a mosque in Jerusalem. 2 British-Israeli sisters, Maya and Rena D., ages 20 and 15, were killed Friday when suspected Palestinian gunmen shot up their car as the family drove through the Jordan Valley on a family holiday. China simulated a series of strikes against the island of Taiwan during military drills on Sunday, as Taiwan's defense system reported numerous Air Force incursions within its territory. China, which has long claimed Taiwan as its own, began the 3-day series of military exercises following a meeting between Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen when he met with U.S. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Chinese state media said that the drills would continue as tensions between the two countries continue to build. Multiple types of units carried out simulated joint precision strikes on key targets on Taiwan Island and the surrounding sea areas, and continue to maintain an offensive posture around the island, state television said. The United States on Saturday deployed a guided missile submarine to the Middle East in an apparent show of force towards Iran as tensions between the two countries continue to rise in recent weeks. The Associated Press noted that the Navy rarely acknowledges the location of its submarines, and officials would not comment on the submarine's mission or why it had been deployed. However, they said that the nuclear-powered submarine is capable of carrying up to 154 Tomahawk missiles and passed through the Suez Canal on Friday. The deployment comes after the U.S. launched airstrikes against Iranian-backed forces in Syria last month. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.